What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. Let's take a look at a new watch. So, I want to show you this watch. It's by TMD Industries. No stranger to the channel. We've checked out some of the stuff before. Comes in this awesome, like, Pelican-like case here. I did take a little peek at it because this is on an internet tour, YouTube tour. It's going to all the same places. Time to Go, watches galore, OFD, Marshall Time. You'll see it everywhere. So it's clearly a test and evaluation. I'm only going to get it for the rest of the afternoon here, and then it's off to the next person. I'll put links to everyone in the description if you want to check them out too. Always great to see other guys' opinions on it. We do have this little box of accessories, and that is partially because this thing, when you get it, will come with a bunch of stuff so that you can switch bands, you can kind of customize it. You know, I think you actually get all this stuff with it, which is kind of impressive. I'm not going to go through all of this here, but I've got some stuff, some of the extra links, because if you saw here, there is a bracelet watch band right in here. It's kind of nice, and sorry, because you can put this really nice brushed stainless steel bracelet. It feels very nice, deployment clasp here, and this is a decent bracelet, not a cheap bracelet by any means. And I'm going to get into the value question here because no surprise, the TMD that I showed you before I thought was amazing. TMD Industries right in there, and then you've got those ends so it'll snug up really nicely, so you can obviously see it's a really beautiful, nicely made, high quality bracelet. The bracelets can be hundreds of dollars just by themselves. Oh, don't you go closing on me yet. Don't you go breaking my heart. Hey, and then you get this Nato strap, and look at this. I mean, even the hardware on this is kind of a step above what you would normally expect. It's beautiful. It's kind of got like that Dodge Viper blue with racing stripe. But look at these retention straps, right? They're kind of beveled and they look great. You've got a kind of a Panerai style buckle on the nylon strap. But then obviously you can see right here, it comes on a beautiful leather strap, which is my preferred strap. I do like bracelets and all that other stuff, kind of more, you know, for when I'm trying to have a purpose-focused watch. But leather is just kind of my go-to because it's casual and yet formal. Now, this is a really thick leather band. It's almost unbelievable how flexible it is, given that this looks like a solid 4 millimeters. It's one of the thickest leather bands I've ever seen. Rivets up here, some yellow or kind of cream-colored side stitching. It's beautiful. I love this kind of caramel, almost vintage look to it. You can see a beautiful polished buckle. My fingerprints already on it. TMD up there. And then we have the watch right here. And golly, beautiful, beautiful watch. TMD has always made some really great watches. And like I said, they've just kind of really made them to a high standard using high quality parts. And I'm not sure if it says, yeah, okay, so it says a Sellita caliber movement, the SW200. So it's a Sellita, and that's really nice. And you can see it's not running. Nope, not running. So I just took it out of the box. It's an automatic, so we'll get that going here. But you get kind of that reliable Sellita Swiss movement in here. So if you're an automatic guy or gal, you can certainly do that. Pulled it out here, screw down crown. You can see we have some crown protectors that tee on there, and boom, now that sucker is running. Great movement. If I pull it out one more notch here, we get to the time adjustment, you know, box hands. We have hacking seconds. And if I guess that's it. I guess I'm not sure on this particular movement how you change the date. Not a big deal. I'm sure you can change it by rolling over. I'm not going to waste time doing that right now. I'm going to screw that back in there. But you can see beautiful crown. Looks like we have a helium release valve right on the side. My hands are going to mess up everything. It's not going to be as beautiful. We got brushed finish on the top, polished, nice kind of contrasting finishes, but a real traditional looking case. But what's not super traditional is this beautiful blue bezel on it, on a 44 millimeter case, which is actually my perfect size. Double domed sapphire crystal, so you can see how thick it is there, but that double dome means that you won't get any distortion particularly in it. And 20 atmospheres water resistance, super luminova on the die, or on the, you know, the hour markers in the hands, And then there's even, looks like some superluminova on that second hand right there. And then also on the bezel. Oh, it's a PVD bezel. So this should be really, really hard. And coin edge to it. I love that look. I love blue. Blue's my favorite color. Honolulu blue might be one of my favorite colors, but it's a next year kind of thing. Listen, that's a Detroit Lions reference for the rest of you that didn't know. But I love this kind of navy blue here. That is great. It's more of a royal blue, I guess. And you've got that royal blue on this inner ring right here and on the face. I love the fact that you have kind of this steep outer chapter ring there with the minute markings, second markings inside. There's a 12 and a 6 and really big kind of punched out numbers, kind of very Panerai, very U-boat. Obviously, date window right there. This will move super smooth. You can feel the clicks there. Unidirectional, but man, that looks great. Let's throw this sucker on. And this is why I love 44 millimeter, because I personally, I think this looks great on my wrist. You know, they're not overly large, but they're not undersized. I have a fairly large wrist, a 7-inch wrist or whatever it is. And so I like the watches to be a little bigger, a little chunkier. I like that style anyway, but you know, it helps make my wrist not look so big either. But I just think this is a wonderful size. You know, if you were ever going to send me a watch, you know, send me your favorite Oris or Rolex or Patek or whatever, you know, send it in 44 millimeter. I appreciate that. But man, that looks great. It's just a great looking everyday watch with a little bit of color, a little splash of color, a little personality, but you know, not overly stuffy, you know, and it looks like a working watch. And TMD is going to be a brand that you're not going to see a lot of places. So I don't know that you're going to run into them in the wild, but man, they've always made some great watches, and the ones that have come through here, I've always been super thrilled with. So if you want to check this out and pick one up, that's where I'm going to tell you the value on these is brilliant. And this particular watch, the PD-181 Mark 1, is, I think, $576 retail. But if you go to the TMD website, Mark 1, it is $359. So for the price of pretty much every other fashion brand watch, you can get Swiss automatic movement, all of this stuff, beautiful case and presentation, and man, just a beautiful looking watch, and a watch that, you know, I would happily wear, show off. Links to everything that you need in the description below. Peter from Panda, out.